Morning, y'all. Mummy's back today. Is that good, Orla? 2 journey students today. You're getting probably over 2 days. This is the start. One of them on the course with one, on the putting green with the other, dropping off to school, then heading to Torquay. And it's a lovely sunny day. Right, we're here with Michael.
Good morning.
Michael is literally, you've gone up point, what did you say?
Point 1.
But what, you've gone up point how many and then
we went up to point 7, 12.7.
Yeah.
And then went back down to 12.4.
So you've gone up and then
I've got point 1 again.
Got point 1. So we need to really try and start shifting this now. Good front nines, poor back nines kind of stuff you're saying. So you can't keep it going for 18.
No.
Okay. That is a common issue. Let's see what Michael is doing out here that's making him not sustain his playability. And I think a lot of you will relate to that problem. It's common. 18 holes, 3 or 4 hours, maybe 5 hours of golf is a lot of time of you having to make good movements. Let's see what he's up to. How did you strike that? Would you call that one of your
bit thin? Bit thin, that one.
So
felt thin and sugary.
So when you tell me you're catching it a bit thin, is that in that batch of strikes that make you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's such an interesting point when it comes to communication between student, friends, student, coach, student and themselves a little bit. Michael's calling that thin. He messages me saying, well, I'm catching them clean, what can I do to fix it? All I saw on that last hot shot was a good shot. That slightly clean strike. It's a stock favourite for good players. Yes, you could strike it purer, but that shot's getting his handicap cut if he keeps hitting it. For me, I think, Michael, if you're catching them a bit thin, like that last one, but any results like this, I don't see that as why your handicap isn't getting cut. You could hit them like that all day, and believe me, I have done, and score brilliantly.
It's kind of focus and it's fatigue, fitness, nutrition. Yeah,
but that's a different point. That's not the fin. That's not the fin, is it? That's you relating to not suffering for an 18 holes. That's a different question. We'll come back to that. My point here is about that you call that fin on a negative way.
It wasn't thin. It was low on this.
Yeah, but it's still a complaint. You say it as a complaint. You've got to stop complaining about shots that go 15 foot for 160 out. Yeah. You've got to just stay up there and hold the putt.
Oh, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Core right in the middle, isn't it? A little bit more. Easy par though. 3 wood 8 iron. Tap in.
Tap in.
Lovely. Right, 142 par 3. Same shot, 8 iron for Michael. So that is 2 thin. The result will be fine. A little long, obviously, but that's like back of the green, not a problem. Is that the level of fin that you get as well?
Yes.
Okay, so should we have another ball?
Yeah, that's not a terrible result, is it?
No, it's absolutely not. Can we have it's better than the fat. So we have a practice swing. Yeah. I want you on the follow through to feel like this and this is going up more.
Up more, okay.
Just move the hand.
So that's coming up.
No, not the hands. I don't know what you did with your hands there. Yeah, not bad. Watch me.
Wooden, man.
No, I want you to feel that your left shoulder and hip, as you come in and hit the ball, are straightening up and back.
Right, okay.
So what that will do for lots of players, it actually sends the club down more.
Yeah, sure.
More to the ground. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah. So they're a bit extreme, but let's see. Great shot. It's a really good shot.
Yeah, I like that.
So basically the knee-jerk reaction to fins are to try and almost hit down more. That creates a lot of problems. Yeah. Getting golfers to feel that they're going up through left leg, up through left hip, left shoulder, that sends that club off and down a few millimeters to get it to start reacting a bit better with the ball. It's a great way to react to if you hit many of those shots.
Oh, okay, I'll practice that one. Boring, man.
Yeah, I know. I bore myself. It's a very good drive, that's perfect. Middle left, that'll run into the middle. Excellent shot. Have you got another ball? Can you hit another one?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that?
Not as good as
yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, very good again. Loving that. Right down the middle. That'll finish on the right side, but a great hit. Oh, Michael, come on. Let's string this together. This is good. Right, great drive from Michael. 180, slightly into the wind, hitting 5-iron, which is the safe play, I would say.
Hinge again.
Yeah, so that is very clean. You got the other ball there, just in the buggy. Did you try it with that left shoulder going up more?
Yep.
Left hip, left shoulder going up. That'll push that club down more than you expect. Remember, this ball's below your feet as well, so I would stand a little taller if anything.
Okay.
Try and adjust the lie of the club to the slope. Great shot. Little up the left, but that'll kick. Again, that little bit more up through your left side gets a bit more interaction with the ground, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So this is the first one, the clean one. We're now short-sided and no real shot. The second one's up really close to flag. What loft have you got?
Got a 60, but I'm opening the blade up.
So you're going for height.
I am.
Go for it. Where are you trying to land it?
Trying to land it about 2 feet short of the flag.
Okay.
Not quite enough.
That'll work though, because you landed it almost just on the
front. A
front.
bit more I wanted.
It's on the green though.
Yeah.
So for me, I reckon you put 10 Tour Pros here.
Yeah.
Nearly every one of them's going low.
Are they?
All day long. Or they're going to throw it to the pin and pass, never short like you did,
yeah,
and just accept they've got a 15-foot pass.
Right, okay.
So the shot you're trying to play there, actually you can't stop. Well, you can't. It's not difficult. You can't stop it.
Yeah.
It's not playable, but it's playable if you can accept you've got 20 foot coming back.
Yeah.
Anyone trying to get within 6-8 foot there would all day long landed it almost where you did to slightly shorter with like a 50 gone low.
Yeah.
And what I'm noticing at the moment, nearly every journey student who gets short-sided,
yeah,
they all turn into Phil Mickelson. Like wow, I've never known so many Phil Mickelsons. Low is an option.
It looks great when it comes.
Yeah, I know, but it's like it's not going to come off more than it does. So you're going to try 50. Just tell me where you're going to try and land it.
I'm going to try and land it about 2/3 of the way, probably on that, just before the last hump.
Okay.
And then let it try and run down.
Show me.
I'm going to aim it a little bit left.
Got to be left, isn't it? Yeah.
Right there. I think they're left enough, but that's what I was trying.
So let's just show you that result. So he's trying to lob onto a downslope, short-sided, firm greens. It's been sunny all this week. That's the run. That's the lob, and to be honest with you, that lob is lucky not to be off the front because there's a big drop off there. You didn't land that one in the spot you wanted to.
No, it's a bit further right than what I wanted.
So if you had actually landed it in the spot,
probably
you'd be 5 foot away.
over here
Yeah. It seems to be a little bit of an epidemic I'm noticing with the journey students. I've never known so many. You'll be hitting putts on the move before long. Right, decent drive here from Michael, but it kicks heavily towards these trees, so he's just not landed it up the right. He caught it slightly off the heel, which started it further left. It was interesting, he thought he came out to win. It was more the heel strike that started it left. This is one of the main reasons people can't play 18 holes here. Let me show you what I mean. Let's see what he comes up with. So have you measured?
Yes, well I've measured to that conifer.
The conifer over there, which is, okay.
The shot that I'm going to play.
Yeah, which is how far?
150.
So what's your inner medal? What would you be doing here?
7-iron, back of the stance, put it through that gap between the tree and the bunker.
Going up or down?
Pardon?
Going,
no, going down, keeping it below.
Show me.
Trying to get it in that gap there.
Come on then, let's do medal play. Let's see it.
That's what I do in the medal. With my friends, I try and launch it with a bit of draw.
Okay. So what loft did you say you've chosen? 7-iron. Okay.
I'm going to put it at the back of my stance slightly, try and keep it low.
Yeah.
slope as well. You get a better turn. Oh dear, that's off the toe again. That's terrible.
So it's all now on luck on the next one.
Otherwise, is it over there?
What yardage to the thingy did you say?
150 to that conifer.
So there's literally two options here.
Yeah.
The ball above my feet, this is going to draw.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go out towards this one with as much hook as possible. Just not even play at this tree. Or it's a 5-iron run under where you set.
5.
Not a 7. Like
Less
it's
long.
never a 7. Both of the shots are hard.
Yeah.
I would argue I'm going to try and play the one I think might be easier for you guys to play, but it's still a tough shot.
Yeah, that one.
5-iron run out towards your conifer, get round it. I can almost pin-eye chipping down the green there.
150 there, I could get all that on the 80.
Yeah, but the shot I played there is the easier option. I literally make a little chip swing and I'm now making 5 at worst.
Yeah, so
God knows what you're making over there. This is such an interesting on-course getaway from launch one at a flat bay point. Michael's decision there was just shocking. I would if I wanted him to do what he was going to do. I didn't want to stop him. Sometimes people have to make mistakes to learn from them. A 7-iron under trees is just never happening. I'm seeing this time and time again with so many journey students. I used to see it when I played in pro-ams and in amateur comps when I was kind of competing. Just poor choices. Also, so he hasn't really got much of a shot now. This is why people can't get round 18 holes. His tee shot was not that bad, but it put him in an awkward position. Now that is a great recovery. Go on, get over there. That is a pretty good recovery there. Well done, Michael. Great shot. I want him to be more skilled at those recovery shots as much as I want him to be skilled with his approach 8 irons and tee shots. Poor decision plus a little bit of course management. You can see on these last two holes, his chip, for me, totally wrong idea. Second shot on that hole, even though he's recovered it, was never the safe play. People are just shredding shots with bad choices on golf courses. Get practicing your recoveries, peoples. So this is where my one finished. I mean, literally, if I was chipping half decent, I would be expecting to get up and down and hit 5 at the worst. I would certainly be looking towards getting it inside Michael's shot, bearing in mind he's already played a really good shot to get it to there. You want to go, if you're being precise, you want to be close to the left-hand rough. Right, Michael, what's the lie of this ball?
Slightly above my feet.
Which will make it go which way?
Right to left.
Okay, so it's going to draw more, I agree. Now if you pretend you're hitting the ball now this way,
yeah,
stand to it, it's going to go which direction now?
Go that way.
Because the ball's below your feet.
Left to right.
Now would you do, and this isn't that severe a slope, would you do anything apart from aim? So forget aim.
Yeah.
Because I presume you're going to aim left knowing that it's cut, and you're going to aim right knowing it's going to draw. Would you do anything else in your setup?
Yeah, it depends how severe the slope is, I suppose.
So that's severe?
That's severe? Not really, no.
So what I'm seeing from you, I see it from a lot of the journey students as well, and students through time, is I would play with my lie at address as well to help me counter slope or play with it. So if I pop you just there, if I was going this way, I knew it was going to cut.
Yeah.
So if you think your club's lying on the ground flat, as soon as it goes below your feet, you've got temptations for the heel.
Yeah.
Show everyone at home.
To interact with the turf first.
To dig in.
Turn.
So I would actually try and put my club a bit more on the lie of the grass.
Oh, okay.
So if anything, on the ones where I know it's going to go that way, I'm going to stand a fraction taller.
Yeah.
When it's the other way, so the ground is this way, I might actually go with the slope a little bit, hands lower, but that will make it draw more, so then I will aim even more right. This is not that severe a slope, but I want you to, I saw one back there where you had the ball above your feet and you just hadn't changed anything in your setup to try and counteract any of the turn. I want you to also think about how you're lying the club on the ground. Try and get some, because you've got to imagine you've still got to connect with the turf and the ball, so you don't want heel and toes digging.
A little twist of face.
So you can be manipulating its setup a little bit. How you put that on the ground. Great strike, lovely little draw off the slope. Didn't really need to change your setup that much for that one.
No.
It's the friendlier slope. I can't see it down. That was a brilliant strike. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Yeah. You want that turf interaction.
What I did then, I put my club down on the grass first and then addressed the club.
Yeah, so you need to see if the slope's so severe that you ignore it.
Yeah.
Or that you try and work with it a bit more.
Yeah.
So again for me with Michael, getting around 18 holes, he's hitting lots of good shots, but making lots of cheap errors, not reacting to the lie that well, not only just in aim, but how you feel that you put your club on the ground, so to make sure that the ground contact is as kind of offensive as possible. Ball above your feet, you might toe end the club up more, so you might just go with that. You might even stand up a little bit, just to try and not get the toe end of the club up so much. You need to practice these things. This is where, when you get away from the range base and get out on the course, you start to realise, I can hit quite well in the range, but why can't I take it to the course? It's all these points that Michael is clearly illustrating. Yeah, you just want to wallop it.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see you just get...
I haven't done today because I'm with you.
Yeah,
and I know you're watching, you're filming. I'm trying to hit it as I should hit it.
Yeah, well, you should be doing that as you always play.
I know I should do, yeah.
But I want you to start getting... I'm not seeing it at the moment as a massive technique issue.
Yeah.
We see a little bit of a push with the driver, and then I give you a thought to try and not push it, and you overturn it. So that you need to practice the intricacies of that thought.
Yeah.
So basically I've told you just to let the club overtake a bit at the bottom.
Yeah.
And that definitely stops it going right, but it turns it into what for you is too far left. So I want you to practice that as your weapon to stop it going right. But the reason you can't play 18 is because we're seeing some decisions that are adding up to doubles and bogeys. And in 18 holes, if you're having to make 8 decisions, which we all do, even the best players are having to make decisions.
You've got to make better decisions.
You've got to make smarter, more par stroke bogey centric decisions. Less of the I'm Phil Mickelson and going to play the miraculous shot. Like, there are times where that needs to happen, but there are plenty of times when you're choosing the hard option as a lesser skilled golfer. I just think there's a much easier way of getting this by the green and getting a par or bogey at worst. It's common with everyone.
Whatever the best
play the
percentage
odds.
shot is.
Play the odds.
But it's a bit boring like you, man.
But have I got the best pins, or who's winning the pins today? Actually, I didn't realise we were having a pin off. Did we say that was going to happen?